Hi everybody, this is Jeremy, and I'm here in New York to give you the results of last week's blind taste test. About a week ago, I put up a video comparing two sets of hi-hats. I kept the hats out of the frame while I was playing them on purpose so that there would be no visual bias. And I had a lot of people weigh in and give their opinions about which pair were which and helping to distinguish the qualities of the two pairs. The hi-hats that we played were a pair of vintage A's from the 1950s, the late 50s, and also a new pair of Sabian SR2s. The Sabian SR2s are a line that Sabian has created recently where they collect cymbals that have been sent out for short-term endorser use or clinics, concerts, that kind of thing. And because they can no longer sell them as new cymbals, they relay them and rework them a little bit into the SR2 line and then sell them at a great price. So I wanted to know if the Sabian SR2s would hold up to the A Zildjians. And I also wanted to know if we could tell without seeing the cymbals. Because I think that visual bias comes into play often when we are not only playing instruments but also in a lot of aspects of our lives. If you see someone who looks a certain way, you might expect their voice to sound a certain way, and then if it doesn't, it may be a little bit surprising. But another thing that is sometimes disconcerting is that we let our visual bias continually influence our opinions and our thoughts and our feelings and our other senses, in fact. So here are the results. Here's what we found out. 26% of people who weighed in via YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook got the correct answer. They thought that the A Zildjians were the A Zildjians and that the SR2s were the SR2s. The other 74% had it reversed. And I found that pretty interesting because it means that the Sabians hold up pretty well to the A Zildjians. The A Zildjians, having been around for decades and decades, they've been a popular brand and a popular line of cymbals since the 1930s or so, maybe even a little bit before. And the SR2s are brand new cymbals again. So sometimes we expect vintage things to necessarily be better quality or sound better than new cymbals. Getting right down to the results, pair A that I played, the first pair were the A Zildjians. The top cymbal is 795 grams and the bottom cymbal is 840 grams. A really, really nice pair of cymbals. And of course, pair B, the ones that I played second, were the Sabian SR2s. This is a pair that Sabian put together with a thin top and a medium bottom. They call them the light hi-hats. And you can see that the way that they're lathed gives the SR2s a nice soft surface. The stick attack isn't too bright, and the wash is a little bit on the low-pitched side. The gram weights on these are 828 and 980 grams, top and bottom, respectively. Some of the differences that people noted between the two were that the A Zildjians had a little bit brighter stick attack. They were overall a little bit higher pitched, a little bit faster to control, and the chip is just a hair more clear. Interestingly, though, a lot of people attributed those qualities to what they thought were the Sabians, and many people commented pretty confidently that the SR2s were the cymbals that were a little bit brighter, a little bit clearer chip, and a little bit more controllable. I picked this pair of SR2s last week out of 3 pairs that I had sitting here, and I just kind of pulled them up at random, not necessarily trying to find a pair that would closely match the A Zildjians, but they did turn out to be pretty similar. So if you were in the 74% who got the incorrect answer, don't be ashamed or anything. It was a difficult comparison. I'm hoping that we will be able to do some more of these blind taste tests soon. We got a great response, and some of the conversation that was sparked out of this was really interesting and enlightening. And it's good to have interaction from those of you who maybe can't get to our shop that often, or who can and just had fun contributing to this exercise. It's something that we do around here casually a lot, and I would encourage you, as you are choosing gear, to see if you can put yourself in situations where you're doing blind taste tests. Maybe have a friend help you out and play two things while your back is turned, or while you're in the next room or something like that, and see if we can start using our ears purely a little bit more, instead of letting what we're seeing influence what we are actually hearing. Thanks again for participating, and we will see you again soon for the next blind taste test.